Feel free to begin, Michael.
Jesus Christ.
No pressure.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Go ahead. Start.
All right.
Jump.
What's crack-a-lackin', fellow citizens? Welcome to the grooviest podcast for the hippest daddy-os around town, the Model Citizen Show. I am Michael Ruiz, your sugar daddy and host of this week's edition. The Model Citizen Show is a conversational podcast to discuss why disco should come back with the raddest cat daddies around. Joining me is the man that invented hammer pants, Logan Moore.
Hey, what's up? I guess this is a disco thing now. How's it going?
Michael Jackson's choreographer, Mario Rivera.
Stay alive. Stay alive.
And lastly, the man who wears the deepest V-necks, Max Roberts. Max, you wrote that about yourself, and yet you wear no V-necks ever.
I can explain it later.
Okay. Before we begin, remember to check out modelcitizensmedia.com for more great content like Beneath the Pixel, Reeling in the Years,
You
and
communist rebel. Bird. Rules were to read it verbatim.
All of the podcasts are available on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and most podcast apps in audio and on YouTube and video. You can follow us on Twitter at Monopods. You can follow me.
I didn't change this. Oh,
Twitter.
no.
I'm not Max the White, but you can follow Max on Twitter at Max the White. You can follow Logan at Moreman12. Moreman12. Follow me on Twitter at super_Ruse, and you can follow Mario at that Mario Rivera. Lastly, remember to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel or podcast feeds, and leave some comments below.
All right.
Sound off below.
The V-neck thing.
Yeah, sure.
In middle school / high school, I had this like purple shirt that was a V-neck that I bought at American Eagle that apparently was a girl's shirt that was put in the men's section, but I like the color purple anyway. And so my friends made fun of me for wearing V-necks, and I had a couple other V-neck shirts. And I was trying to think of a nickname for myself this week. And I was like, I don't know, they wore V-necks probably in the disco days.
You know, your love for the color purple really goes well with your Twitter handle. You really are a big fan of slavery movies.
Wait, what does the purple thing have to do with slavery?
The color purple.
The color purple.
Color
the
Purple.
book / movie
By
No.
Steven Spielberg.
Nope.
starring Oprah Winfrey. Have you ever seen that Oprah Peen video or GIF or whatever you want to call it?
No.
You haven't? You've been on the internet before?
Yes.
Once or twice.
A couple of times. I make my presence known every now and then.
So to remind folks who might have no idea what just happened at the beginning of that show. So in episode 10, was it? We said
Yeah.
we were gonna,
10.
There was 9 where we came up with the idea to write
Yes.
intros for the others.
Yeah.
We didn't do it last week because last week was an old episode that we reposted, which you should go check out. But this
It
week,
goes well
Max-
with this week.
It
It
really
actually
does.
does go well with this
really
week.
well.
They go hand in hand pretty well. So you should go
Like
listen
salt
to
and
11.
pepper.
Yeah.
I guess those two go together well. PB&J, sure. Episode 11, it's a good episode. Go listen to that one, even though it is like almost 6 months old. But Max wrote Michael's intro this week.
And I think we should decide now who hosts next week, and Michael gets to write their intro.
Michael already wrote yours.
I already wrote yours.
No, yeah, I know. But we decided that whoever reads whatever the next week is, they write the intro for the next host. And
I think
obviously it won't be me.
We should do it as such, like that, all the time. But I think Max and I just wanted to get it out of our systems and do it to each other.
Yeah.
and then now, whoever wants to host next week can do it next week.
Yeah.
Who hasn't hosted in a while? Was it Mario or you, Logan?
I think Logan probably hasn't hosted recently.
I can't remember. I can do it. That's fine if you want me to.
All right. So I'll write.
Actually, Logan, you're not going to be here next week.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, so then Mario, you're hosting next week.
Yay!
I can write it for you from E3. And
Thank
send it,
you. That'd be great.
That works.
and then
do
I
it.
can listen back to it.
You know what
later on.
Yeah.
Logan's is gonna be so simple. It's gonna be like, I'm too busy at E3 doing this. Go, Mario.
I mean, I'll be writing 1,000 other things. I can take 5 seconds to write an intro for you.
Thank you. I would love that.
It'll be a hoot.
Yeah, I forgot I won't be here next week. Shoot. So we didn't really plan
Yeah.
accordingly for that.
No.
Speaking of
You're-
being gone, let's talk about you guys being gone.
Yeah,
sort of.
we're gonna kind of just discuss our weekend since we were in San Francisco for Kind of Funny Live 3. Some cool stuff happened, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It was whatever, you know.
You
It's
guys- you guys saw each other, took that selfie with his big sunglasses.
like,
Yeah,
we
that's about
did.
it.
It was adorable.
That was
Yeah.
5 drinks later.
So I mean, if you listen to the last episode, I don't know this, but I guess I was talking about how I was getting engaged.
All right, so this is perfect. I was on a plane and I heard that our episode was available for download. I downloaded it. I listened to it while on the plane. And remember, this is the day before the event. I'm hearing you talk about you proposing to your girlfriend a day before you do it.
Fiance.
Your now fiance.
You gotta get used to saying that.
Yeah,
spelling
your
it
now
right.
fiance. The day, yeah, it's spelling it right, like finance. But
That's not how you spell it.
no, it's not how you spell
It's like finance without that one in.
Yeah.
That's right.
But the girls get the double E
Wow. Well, there you go.
And then you got the accent.
over the first one.
But basically, it was funny because you talked about you were doing it the day before you actually did it. And thank God, when I met your girlfriend, she says, well, why you guys didn't record this week? I had nothing to listen to at work.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you listened to our show.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny too because I think in like one of the episodes I like, oh, she's never gonna listen to this shit.
That's the same episode.
Yeah, and she always listens now. Like she listens to every single episode. So,
Oh, God.
That's a really good thing she didn't listen to that one.
Yeah.
What's funny, so I mean, I said it a second ago, but we recorded that one in January.
Yeah, and you
January.
know
Yeah,
what?
January.
And now that
Yeah.
I remember that, like, I'm trying to remember like that whole process of getting that proposal idea together. And I think that was like the week that he emailed me the first time
Okay.
Tim?
about it. Yeah, because I think I emailed him about it, like asking if he still wanted to do something, and he said yes. And I think that was when that was happening.
So for those of the people that may not be initiated or know really kind of what's going on, what happened this weekend?
Yeah,
Like,
let's
what was
start-
the
let's
whole
start with the
plan this
proposal.
weekend?
Are we just talking about the proposal in general?
Let's
Let's-
start just there.
Let's start there. Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, let's just get this one out of the way.
the most important one.
Yeah. So I wanted to propose on stage at Kind of Funny Live 3 during a segment that would be like a love and sex stuff segment, and that's exactly what happened. The idea behind it was to do an episode of love and sex stuff, and it never worked out necessarily, and every time we had tried to make it work out, it never did. But he said like, oh, we'll try something at Kind of Funny Live 3 then, and we did, and he had asked for like a bunch of pictures, which is why there's that video, which is just a template of what he used for Kevin, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it
They-
was the
they
same
did-
thing.
They made the joke of it at the show.
Yeah.
So but yeah, like I just sent him about like 10 or 15 pictures of Amber and I together. And I had just had to go on stage and make sure I was up front and kind of figure out what I was going to say. That part I didn't really do a good job on, but otherwise, yeah, I just
How did you manage to like get up front? You just had to get there early and wait in line.
Well, I had VIP tickets.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
So this is a good story, right?
All right.
We had VIP tickets, so I was fine, whatever. I had no problem with getting up front. There's two parts of this that got me really nervous. These were the only times I was nervous about this proposal. The first time we were in line, last year they didn't bring in metal detectors.
Oh shit!
And this time,
never think about that.
they did bring metal detectors.
Yeah, they did.
So I went through it and the thing went off. I'm like, fuck. So they were like, okay, go through again. I went through like 3 times and it went off. And then the lady was searching me. And while she was searching, I'm like, she felt my pocket, and I was like, "It's an engagement ring. I promise it's nothing. I am going to be engaged during the show. Can you please not go in my pocket?" And she's like, "I thought that's what it was," and then she let me go. So that was
Oh my
that was-
gosh.
so that was the one time that I got really nervous. Was while in line, I saw the
was
metal
Amber?
detectors.
Did she go ahead of you or?
She was she was in back of me.
Oh no!
Oh,
So it just would have been bad. Like the whole
you
thing would have
whisper?
just been bad. Yeah.
you were just like, "It's an engagement ring. I gotta
Yeah, please.
don't ruin
So-
this."
So yeah, there was that. That was really bad. And then the second time I got pretty nervous was we were in line for the merch. So right after that, we went into the merch line, and we were even for having VIP tickets, they were putting the VIP lines through 2 different entrances.
Yeah.
So we were technically like some of the last people in that line to go through. So we went to merch line, and we were like the last ones in the merch line for VIP. So while that was happening, the normal line was coming in, and so the audience was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger in the floor. So this was the only time I got like super like very firm with Amber of like, you are going to go over there and you are going to stand there and save our spot up front, and then I'm going to get this merch garbage, because like I was just getting really worried that we weren't going to get up front.
Yeah.
So
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So my question going off of that was that, so obviously you had this pre-planned out with Tim. You were
Yeah.
you were a part of the show, and when
Yes.
they did the love and sex stuff segment. So I saw Mario's video that he posted on his YouTube channel, which you can check out at that Mario Rivera on YouTube. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Plugging
You
it up.
you can check that out. So did he just ask for like a random couple from the audience, and you guys raised
Yeah.
your hand?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what he did. That's
That's what he
exactly
did.
what he did.
Okay,
It
but
wasn't
but
random.
you had to be in a specific spot then, I assume.
In a sense, yeah. So right before the show, he texted me. He's like, "Hey, where are you gonna be standing at?" I'm like, I had to check where Amber had stood at that point. So we were, if you're looking at the stage, we were at the right. So I was just like, we're on the right side up front. And so
Yes.
when Kevin and Tim came out for their entrances, Kevin came out and he was looking, and he looked at me, he pointed at me, and then he darted off back out. And then
Before the show
Uh,
actually began.
No, during the show.
no,
During the
show.
entrance.
So
During
if
the
you
okay.
entrances.
you'll see he points, and then he gets out,
That's awesome.
kind of. And then
They used
when
it.
when Tim comes out, I don't know if it's during his entrance, but I think it's when they do the love and sex stuff thing. He looks around and he looks at me. He's like, he gives a nod, and then it was weird.
So-
So
Yeah.
So Logan and I obviously weren't there, and we only got to really watch. Actually, Mario's video is the only video that I saw of the proposal itself. I only
I-
saw pictures otherwise.
I know Pixel Brave had a he does those recap videos.
Yeah.
And we were in that recap video too. It
Yeah,
didn't have any
He
audio.
always, I was gonna say
Yeah.
he always cuts the audio out of his though.
We were a pretty
But,
big chunk though, so there's some pretty good shots there too as well.
So
Yeah,
I wanted to know, Mario, how did it go as a member of the audience? Because obviously you knew it was going to come. He was
Yes.
coming. So what was it like being there?
Well, here's the thing. It was great that I knew that I was ahead of time. So the moment that they played the Love and Sex Up theme, I'm like, oh, this is it. I have to pull my phone out. And I have to hit record it and make sure I get a good angle of
You
know,
recorded
where
that on your phone?
That was on my phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so I got a new phone. I actually, 2 reasons. I use it as an excuse to get a new phone so I could record this, and it ended up working out. It ended up being really good quasi good footage. So I recorded it entirely on my phone. I knew that as soon as the Love and Sex stuff comes up, they're asking for people in the audience. I'm like, okay, this is it. And I see Mike get on stage, and I'm recording. I'm making sure I'm trying to focusing only on them. The best part was rewatching the footage, and I pointed out in the video,
yeah.
they have this stupid look that they give each other. And
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
I noticed it before you
Mm.
froze the frame too. They just
For what?
they just you and Tim just kind of look at each other, and Tim's got this like smirk on his face, like, yeah, we know what's about to happen.
Oh,
Yeah. It was the look. It was great.
oh yeah, the one that you. Okay, yeah, I know
the
what you're
freeze
talking
frame,
about.
the setup.
Yeah,
the setup. So I was like, okay, good. I know exactly what's gonna happen. I had to hold my hands up the entire time. People were probably really mad at me. Immediately, I guess after the show, they said that Colby saw me recording you. Like he's like, "Oh shit, Mike's on stage," and then he saw me videotaping you. Like that's what he said in the tweet.
I think he put that in the tweet I saw.
Yeah. And then so I was actually I'm standing right next to Pixel Brave. So Pixel Brave's shooting, I'm shooting, and it's going down. He, says his question. He's like, "What's your question?" And he's always like, "How do I propose?" And I'm like, "This is fucking it. This is sex." The whole crowd is going crazy. The moment that he like cuts into it, the crowd's like, "Fuck yeah, this is great." And then of course he starts rambling.
Yeah,
You
I
rambled,
definitely
and then you gave Tim some shade.
I know I did.
You threw him under the bus.
I did. I felt really
Which-
bad.
I loved it because it was like playing to the crowd, and I thought that was pretty funny. And Tim has a fun moment, but then the crowd's like, go back to her."
Yeah.
And so you do it. You get on one knee. You say what you have
Nick
to say.
kind of helped you out there too.
Nick gave you that straight up mic. I loved it.
Yeah.
Nick-
Well, he
Nick
gave you the
MVP.
mic, and he was also like, "Get down on a knee."
like,
Yeah, he tells
I
you
saw
to
him
get on
say
your knee.
something like that. Yeah.
It was so good. And then of course he says it. She says yes. And then of course there's in my cut. Have you guys seen the original cut? I sent it to Mike.
I haven't seen it.
In
No.
the original cut,
Oh yeah.
there's an asshole sitting in the front. By the way, I don't mean to call you an asshole, Titsworth. I know you're kind of funny guy, but you didn't need to put that sign up when I was taking a shot. But he had a sign that said "Tits worth it," because tits are worth it. So he puts the sign up and it blocks my shot. And so of course I then bump into Pixel Brave, hovering underneath him while his camera's above me. So we're recording right underneath each other, making sure that we got the shot.
Yeah.
So when Titsworth
So,
puts the sign down, I know that it was good to go.
no, I didn't know Nick did anything because the thing that happened, like at least on stage, from what I remember, is
Yeah.
I had the microphone and I was trying to take the ring out of my pocket and I couldn't because I had the
No, you
microphone in my
couldn't.
hand.
It was
So I
beautiful.
gave the thing to Tim, and while I was taking the thing out, the reason why I took the wallet or Amber's wallet out was because it was kept on getting stuck onto the ring. So I'm like, okay, I have to take the wallet out and then I have to put the ring out. And then after that, I don't really remember. And I said her name and then I went on my knee, but I don't remember Nick saying anything.
Yeah,
Nick
you
did
saw
say
the video.
He
Motion.
pointed at your knee, is like, "Get down,"
Oh.
and shoved the mic in your face.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually said anything.
We
didn't
can't.
mention
Yeah,
it.
but I'm not gonna lie. I guess I did watch the Pixel Brave thing first, but you were right. There's no audio or anything, so I didn't get to hear anything. But when I watched it both times, I did get a little choked up. I was like, "Oh, that's my boy. That's my boy up there
Yeah.
doing that adult
So-
thing. That was awesome."
Yeah,
I
that
was actually Jared Shu, who you might know if you're part of the Kind of Funny community. I know him and Michael knows him because we used to work at PlayStation Insider together. That's at least how I've been aware of him. He was actually streaming through Periscope most of the night. So I watched about the first 45 minutes of the show through his Periscope. And I mean, it wasn't great quality, but it was like I was essentially just waiting for the moment for you to propose. Unfortunately, his phone died right before that, but then I kept following through everybody else's posts and stuff like that, and eventually saw that it happened. And then once that happened, I went to bed. But yeah, I was waiting all night for that. That was pretty much the one thing I was looking forward to.
You know what he was pointing to? I remember now. He wasn't pointing at my knee. He was pointing into the mic to say something, to say it in the mic, because he was holding the mic for me when I was doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Because the way it looks like he's telling you, like, "Get
No,
down, son."
No, he was like, no, he was pointing at the microphone. He's like, hey, you could use the mic. That's what he was saying. I totally remember.
Got it.
Okay.
So you get engaged. Obviously, so I have a few questions now, mainly dealing with Amber. She had, you guys, I'm sure, talked about it afterwards. Did she have any idea that it was coming?
Come on.
Okay, so
Because you
she,
said that-
she
Yes and
told
no.
me.
You said
She
her brother
told-
tipped her off or something.
That's
like
what
that?
I thought. That's what I heard. I don't know, but I guess not. And
From
I
what
guess
she told me, she recalled the day that we recorded our podcast that you told her to leave the room.
yeah.
Oh, episode. So last week's that we posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she remembered that, but she knew. I think she knew that it was going to happen this year, and I think she knew that she had a feeling that it was going to happen at San Francisco, but I don't think she knew that it was going to be on stage or anything like that.
Wasn't gonna be this big
Was she
production.
cool with it being on stage or something like that? Or
I think like she was happy with it in the end. Yeah.
okay.
She just was really not expecting. I don't think she was expecting that much effort for me to have. Like, I don't think she was really expecting that at all.
Yeah, in
but
the video,
that's-
it's a great moment. She's looking at the wall and she sees the photo. She's like, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's I mean, you guys will remember that for the rest of your lives, and it's cool that it'll be all over YouTube and stuff like that for everybody to see.
And
So
everyone was giving them props too, by the way. Afterwards, like we went to Wind Wings, and yeah, everyone was just saying congratulations, like everywhere they went. So
yeah, even Xavier
Yeah.
Woods I saw,
yeah, Xavier Woods.
which I may
Great-
ask you about in
dude.
a second.
oh yeah, we'll get to that.
We'll talk about that.
There's some
so I guess
crazy
my-
shit that happened during that.
My last
Yeah.
question, I guess, or at least another one about Amber. So you guys get engaged. Like, how does she react afterwards? Because then you have to get back down in the crowd, and there's another 90 minutes of the show
So-
left or something like that.
Yeah,
Does she
so-
start texting friends and family, or is she like freaking out because like, holy crap, we're engaged? I can't even focus on this show the rest of the time. Or
That's true. That like I don't even remember who is it? Mega Ran's whole thing. Like I don't remember even seeing that. Because I think we went out like afterwards. We went out. I was like, I have to.
Happened, right?
Yeah, there was an intermission, and I was like, okay, I have to take off this bomber because I'm freaking hot as hell in here.
Yeah, you were.
And the only reason why I was holding that was or wearing it was because of the ring, and I couldn't put it in my pants pocket. I tried like everything to see if like it wouldn't be noticeable.
yeah,
Noticeable everywhere.
Man, you
so,
gained
yeah.
a lot of weight in like
Man,
your
you-
right
your-
butt cheek.
Your
Just
dick is showing. What's going on?
Yeah, right. So I had to take the bomber off. And then we went to the bathroom, all that stuff, and then by that
Oh,
time,
really? I didn't know about this story. Tell me about
well,
the
not
details of you
we.
guys
I
in the
mean, like
bathroom.
I went to the men's
Oh,
bathroom. She went to the
damn.
women's bathroom.
piss
Sure
out
you
your
did.
butthole. Did you
And
get rid
then-
of all that?
And yes, no, I did not drink
You guys
nearly
play
as
some
much.
bongos.
But then we tried going upstairs because we were VIP, so we were able to go upstairs and sit down because we just wanted to sit down afterwards. And there was no seats that just had two people. Funny story about this: when we were coming back down to do that, a guy was yakking all over the garbage can, and when I walked past him, I got some splashback. So I was super pissed. And then I walked down back into the bathroom and washed my hand very thoroughly. And then I got a new bag from Bethany of Rooster Teeth. And then we went back downstairs and just hung out there. And that's really it.
So what did
I
she?
had
Did
no
she
idea
really
what this
not
was.
start?
We didn't
texting
all
people
the
and telling
okay,
people until
all
like
the
the following
posts-
day or something.
No, if you see like anything that was posted by her during the show, that's all we really did. Like I
Okay.
posted stuff during the show, and she might have posted some stuff during the show, but that's really it. We after
I
that.
didn't know if she was one of those
Yeah.
people who would like hit up her family or something.
No,
did
so
call
at
her brother or
at
something?
Wing Wings,
Yeah.
we'll get to that whole story later.
Yeah.
but she did only her brother, and that was really it.
Yeah.
But that was way later,
I gotcha.
way
Okay.
later.
So then now is it now an appropriate time to go back to the beginning of the weekend as a whole? Because you both left at different
Yeah,
times.
so that's basically.
Well,
it.
hold on. I
Was-
have one more question. When's the wedding? Are we all invited?
we actually did talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
She wants to have an October wedding, so next year. In October.
I was about to
Oh, I was
say-
gonna say double up.
You're
What?
competing. You're competing.
Yeah. No. We ain't doing that. Not that quick, dude. Hell
I'm
no.
impressed.
No, it'll probably be next October. Yeah, of course you guys are all.
Heck
invited.
yeah, we are.
We
Of course
also
you guys are.
so we haven't talked about this on the show, and I'll just mention it for a second. But we're trying to figure out how to get to Max's wedding.
Yeah, we are.
I still say it's just if we're all gonna go, I still say you guys just come down to my place, crash there for the night. We wake
Road
up early the following morning, and we just drive the straight like 14 hours or whatever it is.
I don't think
Florida.
No, I don't think you understand though. Is like I have a wedding, another wedding, possibly like 2 days after that.
Yeah, I know, and
So
we
it's
could
like-
drive straight back afterwards.
It'll just be so.
Ah,
That'll be
stop.
so crazy, dude.
It would
What
be
a-
crazy, but it'd be a
what
ton
a-
of fun.
What a crazy trip that would be for me.
I mean, actually, what you could do, Michael, if you wanted to do the road trip part, is you could just fly from Florida to wherever
Yeah,
your wedding is.
Yeah, it's true. I thought.
You
Trust
could
me,
just do a one way.
I've been thinking about how I can maybe make this happen. So, to be determined.
We'll figure it out. I think
Yeah.
the road trip. I mean, we don't see each other very much as it is. Like Michael, you and I have seen each other 2 or 3 times in real twice. I guess.
If you were to
the,
leave,
the PSX trip, and then the Let's Play.
Let's Play
trip as
Live.
well. Which I
Yeah.
mean, you guys just live in Chicago. I can get up there.
Yeah. It's true.
often than I do. But
I mean,
just haven't.
Mario and I live in the same state, and we're probably like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half away from each other. So
Yeah. You
If
can make that
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you were to
I can
leave
see
right
you
this
guys
very
going
minute,
regularly.
it would take you 15 hours and 27 minutes.
From Indianapolis.
It's Danville.
Okay. Oh shoot. Jeez. All right. I mean, it'd be fun. Like I said, we're not around each
Oh.
other very much, so it'd be like a fun thing to just.
No, I think it would be
Yeah, hang
awesome if
out.
you guys could do that.
Oh my god, if we're recording the whole time, maybe podcasting from the road.
No, that'd be great. I would love to do that.
Guys, just slap a GoPro on the dash and go.
Fucking gun
right
it.
right now, I'm looking into trying to figure that out because I would like to do that. I don't know if Amber would go, but
Yeah.
I would
So
like to go.
actually, then I offer any advice I can provide about wedding planning because I'm only 6
So-
months ahead of you.
Well, when we get to that, yes, I will ask you.
So like not now, but
Not now, but
Give me
yeah,
a
I think
text when you're like,
I think really we're gonna start planning like at the end of this month, and really looking into it.
yeah, get the ball rolling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we have another wedding on the 30th, so and that's when I start school. So
Take notes at that
Yeah.
wedding. Take notes.
yeah,
That's what I did. I got
But-
it, and then a week later I was at a wedding.
but yeah, that was the engagement. It was really cool, and I don't know if like Tim or I don't think any kind of funny people would be listening, but I would like to thank them. That was awesome. Like I can't thank them enough. Like it's
I mean, you've been scheming about this
Like,
since
For a
Let's Play Live.
year.
We
Yeah, it's
talked
like-
to Tim at the meetup at Portillo's last year about this.
yeah, like
Wow. Really?
yeah, there's I don't know. There's no words that I could really say to like thank them because I can't thank them enough for doing that.
I mean, you could just always text them now, I guess.
I was gonna say you should just use the phone number you have and
No.
invite them on our podcast to thank them.
To be respectful, I will not lose the number, but I will not
Abuse the power.
I will not abuse the number. So yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to thank them, and thanks to like if any kind of funny people are listening or watching, like thank you for coming up to us and being super nice and congratulating us and not saying how bad I was on stage. So thank you for
Nice.
keeping that information to yourself. But yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, so the rest of the weekend.
Yeah,
Or I guess we can go
All
back to
right,
the start of the
so
weekend.
Mike,
Let's-
start off because you were there earlier than me, and then once you get
I'll
to the
wait.
foundry on the second day, then I'll kick in.
okay. So I'm good. I'm just adjusting to something real quick. Okay, so Thursday, we leave. I'm trying to think of the whole thing now because I'm kind of winded from talking about the engagement stuff. Yeah, so Thursday we left. What did we do on Thursday? Oh, this was awesome. Actually, this
Yeah.
was one of my favorite parts of the trip.
Yeah.
On Thursday, we went to a coffee shop and then we also went to this place called Water Bar. This was my way without us having an actual engagement dinner, but this was the engagement dinner, but she didn't know. But that was really the only time it was just going to be her and I. So we went to Water Bar, pretty fancy, like seafood place. We go in there. I have a funny story. So we went in there and we go to the bar because we had like 30 minutes for our reservation. So I'm like, oh, can we just sit at the bar? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. So we go to the bar. I get Macallan 15 year, just neat. And then
Heck yeah, that's an anniversary
And
dinner, engagement dinner right there.
that's like $28. And then
yeah, it is.
and then Amber just got some water. Two things happened.
and you thanked her for that.
Yeah, two things happened that was really funny. So the first thing was the guy came up, the waiter or whatever, just came up to us, just looked at me and was like, "You 21?" I was like,
Was he
"Yeah."
a waiter or was he a random bum from San Francisco?
No, he was definitely the waiter.
It's hard to tell out there.
Yeah. But he came up to us. He's like, "Hey, are you 21?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay," and then just walked away. I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Oh, do you want to add this to your tab?" I'm like, "Well, we have a reservation." He's like, "Oh, you could just add it to your table or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, sick. Okay, cool." So it was really cool. Service there was great. It was awesome. And I had never been asked if I was just 21, and then just walked away.
It made,
But-
it made you feel good. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm young again.
No carding.
I want to say that it was just because I like ordered it like normal because I like to get Macallan a lot, and I didn't know if they had the 15-year, but obviously they did. So I got that. And then another thing that happened while we were still at the bar is there's these two. They got some balls, I would say, to do this. I think what I think they were doing is there's these two women. One of them was pretty old. The other one was younger, maybe about 3 years older than me. Like, saw what I was drinking, that I was just drinking straight whiskey. And they're like, "Hey, what are you drinking?" I'm like, Macallan 15 year. They're like, "Oh, just neat." And they like gave me like a weird like pat on the shoulder, like they were flirting with me, I think, in front of Amber. And I was like, "Oh." So yeah, I think that's what happened. I'm very bad with signals and flirting.
Oh,
and
I'm
stuff.
awful with them, so I
So-
feel you.
That's what I think happened. That was odd, but otherwise, then we had our dinner. It was delicious.
What'd you order?
Again, I had grilled Hawaiian walu,
Okay.
and Amber basically had what was like a stuffed crab cake, but that's not what it was called. I don't know what it was, but it was really good. And then we had this dessert plate of like these little chocolates. It was like 4 little chocolates, and we just split them in half, and that was really good too. I also got a $25 glass of wine,
Oh,
and
God. All right, man.
Amber got an $18 glass of wine.
Look at you, Mr. Big Drinker.
Dang.
All right.
Yeah, it was a really expensive dinner, but it was really great though. Like, the money that I spent was worth it. It was a cool time. And it was very beautiful. Like
I saw the photo.
yeah.
You're in front of the Golden Gate.
No, that was the Bay Bridge.
See, I wouldn't know the difference. I didn't see any of the bridges.
It's not red, so that's how you know.
It's the other one.
The other one.
Got it.
So yeah, very beautiful scenery out there too. So it was really cool.
That was where Greg said him and Jen went after they got married, right?
Yeah, he
Photo randomly about that.
yeah, he commented on my photo about it. He's
He
like,
commented on like you and Amber's photos like a handful of times, and I was like,
Which I'm like, what the
Follow?
fuck, man?
I was like, does he follow you guys or something? Like,
no, he doesn't follow us or anything.
he
but-
just must have been following the hashtag. Or
He was. He
Yeah.
said he was creeping on the hashtag hard. So
Yeah, he was checking out the Kind of Funny Live 3 stuff, and
Still
they definitely
saying my
were.
name wrong.
So Andy did comment on my status on Facebook though, because we're friends on Facebook, so that was cool.
Yeah.
So Andy's like the only guy out of that crew I may go out of my way to try to say what's up to at E3.
Dude, I'm so mad I didn't see Andy because apparently,
Andy's awesome.
did you hear that I posted on the morning show?
No.
So I had a subscription, so I put up notes like, "Hey, I love you guys. I felt you're so a great part of the community. You know, thank God Greg finally got my name right because he did at the time when I talked to him, but he fucked my name up again online." And Andy was sitting next to him, and then he's like, "Well, he showed me his ID," in which I did show him my ID. I showed him my Twitter handle, and he still fucked up my name. But Andy was like, "Oh, he was there? Man, I really wish I got to meet him." And I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
Fuck, I want to meet Andy so
I'm gonna
badly. He's
book
such a
another
sweet
flight.
dude. I know. Andy, I'm coming for you. Literally.
the only person I didn't really get to talk to was Greg, but while we were in line for the Foundry on the meet and greet, he was going up and down the line saying hi to everybody and stuff. So I got to talk to him for a little bit, but yeah, he was kind of the only one I didn't really get to talk to.
Ooh, get to the next day because I have questions about the next day.
Which one? Which part?
Friday.
I know, but there's 2 things that I did on that day. So
Yeah.
we'll just get to it.
Yeah.
Friday. The first thing we did, again, went to get coffee and then go to Alcatraz. Went to Alcatraz. Super awesome. I think
Spooky.
it is haunted, right? Is Alcatraz haunted?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't really get the
Isn't
haunted
it-
vibes, but
Isn't that where Al Capone had AIDS or something? Or syphilis?
Yeah, he had-
it's one
he
or the
had-
other.
Yeah, that's what it's well known for is syphilis.
yeah,
Right, that's right.
that's his calling.
That's why they separated it from the rest of San Francisco so that
That's right.
it
They
spread.
could isolate it.
Yeah, they isolate the syphilis from San Francisco
They didn't do a
on an
very good
island.
job. They didn't
Yeah.
do a very good job.
Well, they're not doing a good job because they keep on booking trips there, and people just keep on bringing it back. So I don't know.
And they're going straight to the Tenderloin.
Yeah, straight to Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, all right. So we went to Alcatraz. Actually, way cooler than I thought it was going to be. Because I'm not usually into like doing super touristy stuff. But it was really cool to see the prison and all this. I've never been inside a prison before. I mean, as a tourist,
You've never done
Or
hard
as-
time?
or as an inmate, so I don't know how that experience is, but it was really cool to see.
Was the whole time you were there, you were like, "Holy shit, this reminds me of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2."
No, it's 4 first off, and second,
sorry.
I forgot to tweet it. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
There was the hills where you do the shopping cart thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I forgot to do that. So thank you for reminding me. But yeah, there was only one section. Speaking of like the haunted stuff, that's why I asked. There was only one area or one cell, I guess, where it felt like really the energy just felt real off in it. And I was like, I don't like this at all. I'm gonna walk out. It was like in the D block, which is like where all the troublesome inmates go, and it's like you're allowed to go into the cell, and it's one of those cells that have like the big giant steel doors. So I went into one of them, or I went into 2 of them, and both of them, every time I went in there, I'm like, I don't like this. This just feels real off to me, and I had to walk out of it.
Because you were in a jail cell.
It just felt so different from the rest of the jail that I went in. Like, just, when like you feel the energy of a room and just doesn't feel good.
Sure.
That's
it is a really strange tourist attraction when you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
I can understand the history with it, and the fact that it is like separated from the rest of the city is what makes it cool.
What also makes it cool is that like there's some really good views of the city from there. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, if you're a photographer, that is a really good place to go get some.
So
awesome-
when I went there in 2015, I didn't go to Alcatraz, but I took one of those like boat tours around it. And yeah, when you get out there, the city looks awesome, and you have great views of the bridges on either side of you. It's central to seeing all of the cool things in that city. But yeah, I mean, it is. I can understand that there were like notable people who were incarcerated there, but it's an odd thing when you really stop to think about it for a moment, that you are just willfully going into an old prison
Yeah.
to check it out and
Yeah.
walk around. I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah. But the audio tour that they have there was really good. They just had these like, I hope they clean them. I really hope they clean them. But they had these headphones and like a weird MP3 player like thing that you just put around your neck. You play a thing. You
dude.
play.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
you were in San Francisco. They didn't clean that.
Yeah, probably not. But they
No.
play the audio.
That's how you get the syphilis.
Yes. You go where the starting area is, you start the thing, and you just take the guided tour. It was really interesting. It was really cool. And if anybody's in San Francisco,
Did it feel like BioShock?
no, not no, maybe a little, but no.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But yeah, if you're definitely traveling to San Francisco, that's a place to definitely check out. And they have night tours there, which I didn't know until Amber told me like a couple days. before
Fuck that.
And that would have been sweet, because I don't like weird energies in rooms, but like when I go out to go for that kind of thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's go at night and do all that stuff. I really like the idea of haunted places and stuff. At the same time, I'm not really into it, so I don't know. Seems cool. And then we went to IGN.
Boom.
First Friday tour.
So
is that what it's
jealous.
called?
Yeah, first Friday of the whatever.
There were so many people booked that they had to split the groups into 2 different groups.
This doesn't sound fun to me or anything. Just,
Yeah.
You know.
I refuse to go there ever. I've thought about it. I refuse to ever go there unless I work there.
It's cool. It was just a cool experience. I mean, we had Pierre Schneider as our tour guide, which
Pear.
was Pear. Sorry, Logan.
God, he knows his.
It's even in his Twitter bio, man. He says pronounced and then has the pear emoji there.
Well, we had him.
Why does Max know his Twitter bio?
I was there the other day.
What?
I was looking at his Twitter
Strolling
bio
through.
the other day.
Oh, I was like, you were at IGN the other day?
God, if I was at IGN the other day, I don't know if I'd be here.
Yeah. Wait, why am I talking to you schmucks?
But it was cool to just see the studio, like where they film it and everything. It was interesting. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, it was just cool to be there and see where that stuff was filmed, to see what the rooms look like, because sometimes the rooms look bigger than what they actually are. So that was fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Couldn't really like meet anybody, really. They were really rushing people out afterwards. So
Sure.
Is there like 300 people or something like that?
I think it was 300 people total between the two of them. I think I don't
Okay.
remember, but I think it was like 180 was in our group. So,
Okay.
but yeah, did get to meet Andrew Goldfarb,
The Dark Knight of News.
and I met Jose Otero.
Oh my gosh, he's my hero.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. He was awesome.
I love Jose.
That's really it. Max was there, but everybody was crying around Max, so it was like, yeah, I don't
we
think.
we
He's
met
a real
Goldfarb
cool
at
dude.
PSX. We talked to him.
Yeah, we talked to Goldfarb. I've talked to him, I think, like 3 times now. So
Yeah, same here.
Does he
Really?
remember you every time? Every time?
no,
No, same here.
They never do.
um,
The kind of funny guys are actually pretty good about it, honestly.
yeah, I actually don't. I mean, I don't I'm not upset when people don't. I
Sure.
don't get upset about
Yeah,
it.
same here.
I mean,
No, I wouldn't either. I was just curious because you said you met him like 3
Those-
times, so
those
that's
guys,
a
even
substantial number.
kind of funny guys too. Like they meet so many people, I wouldn't expect them to like remember names or
I
anything.
mean, and it's like
Yeah.
3 times, but it's spread out across the span of what, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can't remember people's names who I go to church with or something and see on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can never tell if Greg Miller remembers me, but when he knows my name. He doesn't know. I don't think he ever associates me with me when I see him. But
Yeah.
That's fine. It is what it is. Tim never recognizes me, but that's because Tim is everywhere. He's all over the place, and he's a good dude. So
I hope Tim remembers Michael.
Tim,
Tim remembered Michael before this even
Yeah.
happened.
yeah,
which is really really good. It's pretty cool.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. That would be really cool to me.
That is kind of what.
Tim recognized Michael at PSX when we
Yeah.
were standing around.
Yeah,
Mm.
So
so
And that's when you got the Crash Bandicoot quote?
yeah,
yeah,
that's when I got the quote for Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, that's what's cool about that in general, that trip for Kind of Funny Live and doing those community events is that not only like when the guys like recognize you or whatever, it's also cool when like people in the group recognize you and are
Oh, yeah,
like,
absolutely.
oh yeah, you're that guy or same like when I met Jared, I'm like, I know you. Are you Jared? And he said, yeah. I'm like, oh, hey, I remember you from PlayStation Insider or whatever. He's like, oh yeah, very enthusiastic dude. But yeah, it was cool meeting a lot of those people and putting faces to the names and to the profile pictures and stuff like that. So it's always fun to do that as well.
Yeah, it was weird when Joey Noel was like, "Hey, how's it going, Mario?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, you know who I am?" Like I only see you online. I never actually be near you, but you knew exactly who I was, and I feel so insignificant, especially towards everyone else that's always there. Like Zyger's always there, Kaylee's always there.
Yeah.
Mario That Bros is a big fucking deal because he had sex once. So now he's just always on there,
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah. So it's cool when they
was-
recognize you.
Yeah. And but yeah, what questions did you have about the IGN tour? Max.
Max is chewing.
Just
very
sucking on that
something.
glass dick. What are you doing, Max?
Max.
I was,
Max, are you dying?
I was like, he's talking. I can eat some chips. I'm hungry. And of course, you asked me a question right in the middle of a huge chip.
You gotta learn to balance eating and podcasting.
God, I'm so hungry. I saw the picture with Pear, and like, I think of Pear as he's kind of an icon as far as like game, because he's a co-founder of IGN and stuff. I was just kind of curious what that, because I think I read some tweets like he gave a speech or something. Like I was just kind of curious what that was like, and you said he was your tour guide. So,
Oh, like
what was that like?
Oh, he was awesome as a tour guide because I like that he was giving his take on what it's not what necessarily he believes, it is what it is. But it was cool to see since he knew like every single part of that of each part of IGN, like even like the financials and stuff like that. Like he was able to talk about that stuff in detail in like an interesting way. Because sometimes when you go to a section that isn't like editorial or whatever, most people probably wouldn't care, right? But like he worded it in a way that sounded in some way interesting, which was cool of him to do. Yeah, he was a great tour guide. Like he was giving his take on like each part and how it all works and how it all flows together and everything, and like saying like how this group while you may know it or not, like actually works with this group quite a bit. So then this group flows together and everything. Like it was really cool to hear how he believes it works or how it does work or anything like that. So
I would love to talk to him sometime because I think as a co-founder of the largest video game website in the world, that's kind of a pretty cool thing that he was a part of and starting and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember I played Destiny with him one time when that game came out. I played with him and his son. We did a strike on Mars, and I remember that was a really fun night.
That's really cool.
Because he was like, "Hey, I'm just playing. I need one more for a strike," and I was lucky enough to get in there quick enough, and I played, and we just kind of talked. And he talked a little bit about Germany, and his son was I think his younger son, and that was really cool. And then they had to leave to go eat dinner. It was like he's a normal guy. He's also just has that GM money.
Yeah.
True.
No, he was a super nice dude.
Yeah.
Really cool guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
He did say, Max, that a lot of people who don't you do wikis for IGN?
Mm-hmm.
You should look into that stuff, maybe.
I do know that they do hire a lot of wiki people. Jared Putty was a wiki guy beforehand going in, and crap, who else was?
Colin
Greg.
was.
Colin was. They really do pull from that community, and I did apply recently for their new jobs, but I haven't heard anything back yet.
Just keep
Because
doing
don't
it.
they want a speedrun guy and a PC guy?
They do, and
Something like that.
speed run and like hardcore communities and stuff like Smash and competitive things, and like the PC I obviously fail. Speed running I take an interest in as far as like casually watching AGDQ or SGDQ.
That's such an
Which-
odd thing to.
It's a growing community though, and they don't have any experts on it, so it makes sense.
I guess.
Because like AGDQ gets bigger and bigger every time they do it, and then you'll see just the craziest things or speedrunners doing nuts of things, and also watch the way this guy broke Ocarina of Time. You'll never believe it, and that's a good Instagram video to get you to click on the website and make money. But yeah, they do pull from their wiki stuff quite a bit. They push that a lot. Actually, Sam Claiborne asked me if I played GTA Online so I could help them out over E3 with something. I was like, I haven't touched GTA since that game came out. They do pull from there. I love doing wikis for them. So that's one of the reasons I would go to a First Friday, just because I know actually a couple of people there, at least by name and work and stuff. And I think that would be really cool to actually meet those people in real life.
Like face to face. Yeah.
Which is what was awesome about this trip as a whole for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big thing about the Kind of Funny community, and then IGN is that there's a bunch of faces that I only see on avatars or computer screens or in the Twitch chat, and they're physically talking to me and they know who I am, and that's pretty awesome. I mean, actually, to coincide with you had a great time with your invitation with Pear. We ended up hanging out with someone else from IGN later. We'll tell that story at the end of this, I assume, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But I'm just jealous that I didn't get to go. I was still in a plane while you were doing that.
Yeah.
So you were up in the air at the time then, Michael?
Yeah. So
No,
what?
Mario.
Or Mario.
What is my name?
Mario Rivera. I know.
Riviera.
Fuck all of you.
Max, one last thing I want to say before we ask Mario. When you get married, start tucking away like $50 a week or something like that, and
to travel.
Go to one of these things with us.
Yes,
I want to.
absolutely.
I would say do an industry thing over a Kind of Funny sort of.
Oh, I would
thing.
for sure. I am not in the Kind of Funny community in any stretch. Of the
Well, yeah, I mean, not even that specifically. I would do I just meant more of a
I would do a press.
any
event.
like
I
a,
would do it.
a PAX or a PSX or
Yeah, something
Something.
that you have your interest in, but then you can also get involved in another way.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
And they go, "Hey, IGN, I'll be here. Pay me."
I don't know if it works like that.
That's how
Yeah,
the
with that-
email would go.
With that ridiculous voice.
Yep, I had a voice memo attached
Yep.
to an email with no subject line.
Yeah. But yeah, then we went to Foundry afterwards, I think.
And
I
then
think
you- and then you met
basically
me.
Yeah, then we met up with Mario.
Yes,
Had a great time.
Yeah.
Got real drunk.
Real drunk.
Yeah. Got
top,
really
top,
drunk.
top 5 drunk. Actually, it was funny because I didn't eat anything, and we went to a bar before the Foundry, and Mike was like, "You should really eat something after this drink," and I'm like, fuck you. I'm getting more drunk before I eat.
Yeah. I was trying to take care of Mario. Be like, yo, man, you gotta eat something, man. You gotta
You
do
do.
something. You gotta do something.
Yeah, he bought me a drink and it was so tasty.
Yeah. But yeah, so what was it? That was the Grimecraft.
Yeah, it was a
Right.
Grimecraft meetup where basically everyone was hanging out while Grimecraft was playing some set, and everyone was playing games and beer pong and Smash Brothers and
Yeah,
Switch.
I had a pretty intense game of beer pong.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. That was fun
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
And I got drunk, so drunk that I posted online because they had a video wall. The video wall was photos of Twitter, and of course I'm like taking a photo of my face, like buy this man a drink. And then the first person that came up to me was Kyle. I believe it's last name Stevenson. Dat Ninja was just like, man, I can't believe you're here. That's awesome. And then he grabbed me, and then someone else actually bought me the drink, and then I got wasted, and I started dancing to Grimecraft and fucking around with people with different clothing, with different props, because there was like photo stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
photo
like a-
booth stuff. I saw that picture, the selfie with all the big sunglasses and stuff.
Yeah, we tried to do a slow motion video, but for some reason we were too fucking sexy. We kept breaking the camera.
Oh,
Did you ever get a reason why we couldn't get that video working?
No, it's probably because it just wasn't working. So it
Twice.
didn't like
We
us.
did it twice, and
This
nothing.
wasn't liking us. So
Yeah. So no, that was a fucking fun night.
that was
Just
mostly it.
dancing.
Just-
Yeah.
Just got like super hammered and started dancing and shit like that. And then-
Yeah. I dropped my phone, broke my screen protector. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah. The next day was pretty rough.
Well, before you the next day, I ended up doing something that you didn't go to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yes. So after we were done with the Foundry, and I finally got to meet like Amy Gills, fucking Trevor Starkey.
Did you meet Sean Pitts?
I did meet your boy Sean Pitts, who was fully dressed in IGN gear because he wanted to make sure that people knew that he worked at IGN.
Oh,
This
that's
is-
good.
This is
Good
an
for
exact quote from him, and he like left but was still there. And finally, I was looking for a ride because after Foundry was a movie premiere for Greg's movie that he's producing
Mm.
called Heel Kick. Before I could find a ride, Trevor Starkey was like, "Hey, do you just want to ride with us?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So I ended up.
Was Alex O'Neill with him? Because I know him and
I
Trevor.
didn't see him until Kind of Funny Live, so
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
But I was with Trevor, and then in the car was also Sean Pitts and Amy Gills. So I got to hang out with them for like a few minutes, which was really dope. They were super nice to me. And then it's the moment I got to Heel Kick, there was a line down the street, and we were in the back, and then Cool Greg just sitting there smoking a cigarette, just hanging out. He sees my T-shirt. I think I'm wearing the same T-shirt. It's like, yo, man, Churls is my shit. He's a super cool guy. Love Cool Greg. And then Famous Greg, who was just hugging everybody in the line. That was the first time I saw Mario Not Bros. He's a very skinny, tiny, like small version of Cool Greg. And we end up watching the movie. The movie's actually really good, guys.
What's that movie about?
It's
I
a
s-
mockumentary. So it's a fake movie
About Max's favorite topic.
about his favorite topic, about wrestlers or people that believe that they're wrestlers, but they live in their mom's basements. And the whole plot is they are tasked with completing wrestling school. Otherwise, they got to get kicked out and do a real job, basically.
Oh.
And it's really funny.
For
So
some
I-
reason, I thought it was like a real documentary about wrestling fans.
That's the joke. That
It's
it's
a mockumentary. Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
So it's a fake documentary that they make it look like it's a real documentary.
I didn't know that's like the angle they were going for.
Yes.
Like the whole mockumentary thing. I did not know that.
It's
If I had-
fucking great.
If I had known that, I would have totally seen that movie Super Hammered. Like,
Yeah.
that sounds like a great movie to see.
It was-
Hammered, I would have totally done that.
I saw it because I got the ticket, but I watched the trailer for the very first time, and the last line in the trailer is, this sounds like Rated Rumble. And once he said Rated Rumble, I'm like, I'm fucking in. I'm seeing this movie. I watched it. I had a great time. The directors and the co-writers and actors, who are all the same people, all decided to do a Q&A with Greg. They talked about the movie a little bit. Afterwards, while everyone was gone, they were still outside, and I got to talk to them extensively. The movie's coming to Chicago, so if you guys want to see it, it should be coming maybe in the fall. So, not bad. I think it's really fun, especially if you're super hammered. So
What about Florida? Coming to Florida?
probably not. Probably never would want to go to Florida. There's too many alligators.
Well, if anything, it
That's
should
true.
go to Florida
If anything, it should totally go to Florida for the fan base.
because WWE is in Florida. That's where wrestling is.
Yeah, but it's also super Canadian, so I don't know. You're gonna have to.
Well, there's also a lot of Canadian wrestlers.
That is true. Which I can't wait till we get to. Kind of funny to talk about that. The intro with Greg.
The American guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was great. Okay, so then that ends Friday, and now we're on Kind of Funny Day.
Yeah. So
Kinda
Saturday.
funny.
What did I do on Saturday other than kind of funny? We did
I
some
mean,
stuff.
we tried to go to the Pink Elephant.
Yeah, that's right, and that didn't work out.
Yeah, 2-hour wait. Fuck that bullshit.
Yeah, that was garbage.
What's the pink elephant?
Like restaurant bar thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Bottomless mimosas. That's all I know.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the draw. There was bottomless mimosas. So
Then we went to the food truck instead.
yeah, we went to the food truck place, which was where the community meetup was at. Had a really good time there. Actually, they had some
Yeah.
delicious food
Fuck yeah, we did.
and had some mimosas as well. Amber and I drank some mimosas.
We did a bunch of fucking lushes.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we had like a $200 dinner on Thursday. We might as well get on
Not
up
to mention
there,
all the drinking the night
mimosas.
before. Might
Yeah.
as well get some mimosas.
Yeah, you know, just have a good time. But yeah, got to meet some cool people. Then that's where we met. I met two people from London there who were super awesome. Like their names were Jazz and Ford. They were awesome. I found out that Jazz worked at Abbey Road Studios for like a bit, for like an internship or something,
Yeah.
and said he got to play on the piano that Paul McCartney recorded, whatever he recorded there, everything that he did.
Everything ever.
So yeah, he got to play that and stuff. That was a really cool story to hear. But yeah, we met them, and he was added to our group, who consisted of like
Yeah.
7 other people or something like that, who are all great. They will also be invited to the wedding, probably more than likely.
Nice.
But yeah, they're really cool dudes. So but anyway, we did that, and then we went to go get drinks again.
Yeah, at Jackalope.
Yeah, and that was closed. So then we went to go get sandwiches across the street, which was pretty
Recommended.
tasty.
Recommended by a dapper-looking Sean Pitts.
It was.
And
And
actually,
it-
some pretty good sandwiches.
It was pretty good sandwiches. And then after that, I think we just went in line.
Yeah, we waited in line. You got to go to VIP, so fuck you.
Yeah. Then we already talked about Kind of Funny Life
yes.
3, mostly. Show was
Yeah.
great.
I asked you if it was better than 2.
I
You
would say
said-
so.
You said yes.
I say yes as well.
You were
And-
there, so you weren't there for 2 though, Mario.
No, but I watched the full video and I watched the periscopes. And even though I thought the moments were like really awesome, like the Cisco moment,
Guys,
kind of what?
The Rock closed the show. It's automatically better than 1 or 2.
I disagree. The Rock didn't show up. That was cool and all, but
The Rock closed
but-
the show.
Something you don't know that they didn't really talk about. Sasha Banks was also in the show.
I saw that. I did actually see
That's
that
pretty
on
sick.
I
Yeah.
saw that on the Periscope stream because that
Yeah.
actually happened.
And apparently that like
Yeah.
only happened Thursday. Like that was a early late edition. They just actually talked to Xavier. It was like, hey, can you get this done for us? And he's like, fuck yeah. And then she did it.
I
So-
think the reason I like 2 more was because I always like, and maybe this is just because I'm at home watching from afar, but I always like those events to see the new stuff they're announcing. And last year was like the announcement that they actually got the studio and stuff like that. And that
Yeah.
was like, whoa,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I
but
can't believe they're
they
actually
can't-
making it in a way.
but they can't do a studio reveal every year though.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
that was the thing. Even their reveals this year, like I wasn't too hot on. Like,
Yeah.
the Kind of Funny. I mean, we don't have to get into an analysis of what they're doing in their shows because that's strange to do on our own podcast. But yeah, I wasn't like totally into what I had seen from them, so I was like,
I
that-
Well, it to
that
me
sucks.
as a event as a whole, like the whole thing, I
Yeah.
think it was more consistent this year than it was last year when they had like a lip sync battle. I mean, sure, some of it was funny, but some of it fell flat for me. For this year, I mean, the way that it escalated to finally like a championship belt for, you know, the what was it, Nintendo World Championship thing?
yeah. And I saw what is his name, the CTR guy. who challenged him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I cannot remember
Double
his
R.
name.
Double R.
Yeah.
Double R. Yeah. He that happened, and that
He's
was pretty funny.
got his YouTube channel is Chiptooth Gaming. He
Yes.
I was so happy to see that he had been a part
It
of
was-
that because I remember watching his promo he cut against Tim, and I was hoping he'd catch a break and actually be able to do that. At
Yeah.
some
Did you see that he did a new intro? He did a new intro for the show.
I
Like,
didn't.
It was a recap of everything that happened beforehand, and then he shows up dressed up as that character, like with the flame jacket, with the
Saying
fucking
Tim the coward Gettys.
Yeah.
And the best part was he is costuming. He has the glasses and everything. Greg dressed up similar.
Yeah.
So they did this funny thing of like, is that my son? Like he looks like me. Did you ever ever met your mother in Missouri? Like shit like that. That I thought that was hilarious.
I'd like to actually reach out to him and see if we could get him on one of our shows. He seems like a genuinely cool guy.
Yeah.
I'd like to actually talk to him about all of that.
For
So I assume, I feel like it's pretty safe to assume that the event was recorded similar to Kind of Funny Live too.
Yeah.
It looks
They-
like it was, but
they mentioned- They did say that, like, oh, well, they are recording it, and I think they want to release it. And because Greg pointed out during the show, he's like, hopefully not in January.
I was gonna say,
in the morning show
What do
they
you
just
think
said they don't have a date for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it just happened. I'm not expecting like it to be out next week. But
No, but I'm saying they're saying they don't want to do that commitment like they did last year, whereas like it'll be out soon. They don't want to commit to it at all.
Oh,
So
no, that's
whenever it's
smart.
done,
That's
it's
like-
done.
That's like video game developers.
Yeah, they learned their lesson
don't
last
announce
year.
South Park 2 years and then 2 years ago, and then the game finally comes out.
To be
Maybe.
fair, the South Park developers still haven't learned that one. Yeah.
No, they haven't.
That's all Sony does. Is here's games that are coming out way far in advance. You guys, you'll dig this.
Yep,
And I
Sony's a
actually
master
kinda-
at it. But
I actually kind of do.
But at least they come out, and like unlike Xbox. Sorry.
so
Dreams probably ain't coming out.
never dreams to never come out.
Scalebound,
I think
Phantom Dust.
I feel like it's safe to say that Michael, your favorite part was the proposal of the event itself.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I usually don't talk about it with the proposal in mind, just because it's an obvious.
It's obvious, yeah.
Um,
But what about? I was kind of curious, Mario, what your favorite was.
I mean, I love the fact that it still opens up with the funny, like out of left field, crazy intros that they do. So it was great to see Nick come out to hanging out with the boys with like girls in bikinis, and they threw a net,
Oh,
an inflatable
no.
net.
Logan, you will appreciate this so much. When they brought out the beach balls and everything, Xavier Woods was like telling them to put them back, and everybody was chanting "Beach Ball Mania." It was so good because that was what was that? That was for
The Monday after Raw.
yeah, I think
Monday
so.
after WrestleMania. The Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Shout out to Xavier Woods. I thought he did a fantastic job, and then he was also incorporated in the show in different ways that Bernie wasn't. In last year, he just kind of comes out, says a few things, and then that was it. That was for Bernie. Xavier was a part of the show. Like he was actually part of one of the musical performances with Mega Rand. He ends up being a part of the big ending, which was like the grudge match of like everyone fighting him, and of course he became the Kind of Funny, champion for a hot second.
Who owns the belt now? I'm so
The Kind of
no one
Honeys.
knows. No one
Kind of
knows.
Honeys. Kind of Honeys
one-
own it.
Did they?
They have it. They
Yeah,
killed
it-
everyone with bottles, and then they took it and ran away.
It's really weird. 'Cause, yeah,
It
Game
seemed out of
Game
control.
Game Attack was the winners. They technically are the belt holders, but the Kind of Honeys stole it from them and just ran off with the belt. So I don't know.
Well, that's what I kind of liked about this better was that like, yeah, okay, it's like, all right, now we're gonna do a lip sync battle. Like, all right, who won? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. It was just a ploy just so we can get Cisco. With this, it was at least staged in a way it was like it kept escalating, kind of like a wrestling match. It was like the one time where I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of connecting to the wrestling feel of this year, where there's a storyline that's being placed in front of me. Even though it's all bullshit and pre-rendered, and none of that gameplay was actually legit.
I thought the only one that seemed like it was the Mario Kart one in the beginning.
No, absolutely not. That looked fake as
'Cause-
hell.
because it wouldn't have mattered. Either one would have won. It would have just it wouldn't have mattered.
Well, it just would seem unreal because of the the video that plays afterwards. With Nick.
Yeah, that's
felt-
true too.
You know what I'm saying? Like everything seemed completely planned out only
But
for the kind of honeys to show up.
After that, though, for sure, everything else was super planned out.
Like the Street Fighter fight looked so fake.
Yeah. Otherwise, yes, totally seemed fake.
I like. Okay, one of my favorite moments was Kevin's grudge match was against Sean Finnegan because he always beats him in racing. Like they have like these like races where they like run in the parking lot of IGN or whatever, and Kevin always loses. The first race he fucking falls on his ass. Second race he just completely gets destroyed. So the only way that Kevin could beat Sean Finnegan was in a milkshake drinking contest, and the surprise referee was Harley Mornstein from Epic Mealtime,
That was pretty cool.
and that was super fucking dope.
I don't watch Epic Mealtime. I don't know.
Well,
who
you know
that
what?
man
Fuck
is.
you. How about that? Fuck
Yeah.
your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, the show was great. I enjoyed it. I mean, even without the engagement thing, I would have totally enjoyed it. Definitely
So
worth it.
coming off of their live show, like I think this is a good time for us to talk about the live show we're gonna have. Model Citizens Live.
Oh, yeah, sure.
What?
Well, if you support us on our brand new indie,
If you go on Indiegogo,
phone,
Indiegogo.com/Model Citizens Media, you too can contribute to our kind of funny live-esque show called Model Citizens Live. Here,
We're gonna gather all the fellow citizens in one room, the room
which
will
is-
be very small.
which will be the four of us, and it'll
do-
be in a fancy hotel on an island, and we'll periscope where we are, and you
This is
all
not
can watch the
Fire
vacation you funded.
Festival.
what?
This
Yeah,
is the
what
Fire
is? Where
Festival.
did Max? Where did Max go with that? Holy crap!
It sounded like the
have
Fire
a-
Festival.
we'll have a bunch of tents there with sweet
right.
sweet
From-
dinner in a cardboard box.
Yeah, everything is provided by FEMA.
It'll just be toast and corn and
Toast and
Ja-
corn, good combo.
Ja Rule is producing this.
yeah.
It's a real thing. It's legit.
So back to the trip though, I guess. Like, what else is there to talk about? So the show ends. You guys hang out at Wing
Ooh.
Wings and meet everybody.
I did
Talk
the
about Xavier.
I did
Easter.
have one more kind of funny live, like the event itself question.
sure.
Yeah, what? Go ahead.
Do you both going next year?
Hell yeah.
Probably.
Hell yeah. I'm
Edition
going
now?
every year that I can.
I said
Um,
that last year myself, and then I could go to
Well,
E3 this
you
year,
ended up.
so it was like,
you ended up getting. Yeah.
okay, I'll go to E3.
Yeah.
The thing of it is like I like to go there because there's that group that I hang out with, right? And I always like to see them, and that's usually the only time really any of us are really planning to go out anywhere. And it just so happens to be all at the same place, so that's when we get to hang out. So I do it mostly to do that because we have an awesome time every time we do that. And then Kind of Funny Life 3 is like our like kind of the big thing, but at the same time we're like, oh, that was cool. Let's go
Yeah.
out and have a fun time. Like that's basically how it works.
It's really the community events that really drew me to the whole thing. You know, being able to meet, like I keep saying, and meeting people that I only see online is pretty crazy. It's a weird thing for me to do. It's a weird thing for me to go from Chicago all the way to San Francisco to meet these people. And you know, I take that chance and I actually come out with like positive experiences of meeting these people, hanging out with them, having a story to tell, you know, getting recommendations from people to go eat places and then finding out that shit was awesome or bad or whatever. Like it's fun. It's just really cool to do. And then like that's why I will go back next year, is because I want to see these people again. Like sure, I got a bunch of Twitter followers from it, but it was also felt like I made connections and experiences, and hopefully they'll remember me, and then I will remember them, and they'll be a part of my life going forward. And that's kind of like why I like Kind of Funny in general. It's the best friend mentality. It's just we don't really know each other, but for this one weekend, we're best friends. If that's the, you know, it's like kind of like going to summer camp. You know, you go
Summer
home.
camp, actually, summer camp probably is a good way to put it. I didn't even think of it like that, and as you say that, I can wrap my head around the mentality of it now.
Yeah, unless you're going to E3, then why the fuck are you going?
I will go there. I will go to Kind of Funny Live the year I live out there. Then I'll go. Until then, I don't know.
Well, yeah, travel is much cheaper when you live there.
But then you gotta live there.
That's also true.
That is true.
But you were passing. I know you're probably trying to cut the short, but you're passing through Wing Wings. That was still pretty fucking cool. Like I'm actually glad because I was
Now,
actually the only person that was
oh, yeah.
going,
That'll be the only thing that we'll talk about after this. But I'll say about the VIP meet and greet thing. Cool. Got to meet them all. Got pictures of them all. Whatever. Blah blah blah. Cool stuff. The wings thing was very funny.
Yeah, because you weren't gonna be there.
No, I wasn't gonna be there. I was gonna go hang out with some people. Then I felt really bad because I had not seen Mario for a long time. Really, like throughout the trip, I'm like, I want to go meet up with Mario. So I hung out with you. Went to Wings in line, and right when I get there, I'm like, is this the line for wings? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, 2/3 of this line ain't getting wings. So
Yeah, he says that. He says
so I'm
that.
like,
they tried
where's
to give them away. I heard.
no, yeah. So I'm like, where's the bar at? And he's like, oh, it's just like a couple doors down. Go to the bar.
Fun fact. I think the bar you're probably talking about, I had some of the most explosive diarrhea of my life in that bar. Just a fun fact.
You know, just
For
you telling me that and knowing what that bar is now, I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, we
Continue,
go.
though. Sorry.
Yeah, we go to that bar. I had known that Xavier Woods was there. I'm like, out of this entire trip, the person I really, really want to get a picture with is Xavier Woods. So that'll happen at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we go into the bar and we
Who's
go.
the first person we see on the sitting at the bar with somebody that works at Nintendo?
Yeah. So we go sit down. We didn't even know who was in front of us, but we go sit down, and then we were kind of complaining about how we had to stand all day and whatever. And then Fran's like, "Oh, so you guys found seats?" So we were hanging out with Fran for a little bit, and
Fran Marabella.
yeah,
7.9 Fran Marabella.
yeah, 7.9 Fran Marabella. Talked to him for a bit, got some drinks, talked about Destiny a whole lot.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my gosh, I missed it.
Yeah, we did.
Talked about ARMS as well.
Yeah.
Because he was talking to a
I hope
Nintendo
you all
employee.
get diseases and die.
Yeah, we were talking to. He worked at IGN a while ago, like 4 years ago, and then he now works for Nintendo. But yeah, did that, and then we went back outside, got a picture with Xavier.
Well, hold on. I was like, you were like, I want to take a picture with Xavier, and I'm like, I'm drunk. I'm gonna get you that picture with Xavier.
Yeah,
So
I was like,
I leave.
I was like, Mario, you don't have to do that. I'll get a picture with Xavier.
Like I leave.
He left. He just didn't listen and then left. And then I was like, okay.
no, fuck that. I'm finding Xavier. Hold on, let me tell this part. So as I'm finding Xavier, I walk down the street, and by the way, Max Landis was there, and also was Harley from Epic Mealtime. I find Harley in a pizza shop, literally in the same vicinity. I walk in, and he's just standing there, just eating one slice of pizza. And I'm like, hey, and he's like, sup, eat this other slice of pizza. And then he just hands me the slice of pizza, and I'm like, do you want to take a photo? He's like, yeah, give me your phone. And immediately I'm just fucking eating pizza with Epic Mealtime. And it was the greatest thing. And I accidentally, he had a cigarette, it fell, and I stepped on it. That was a weed cigarette. So I feel really, real bad about that. But he's like, nah, no worries, bro. And then, yeah, I got to take a photo of fucking Harley. I go back out, I find Xavier, and then I see Mike, and I'm like, Mike, get your ass over here.
Yeah. And I took a picture. The funny thing that happened during that, this is the last story I'm going to tell, is with Harley, and he was talking to a homeless dude, because this homeless dude came up to him. This homeless dude came up to him and was like, do you have $2? And he's like, yeah. He gives him $20 Canadian cash. And he goes, all you have to do is go to a currency exchange and you'll give like $15 and you're good. And the homeless guy's like, I just want $2. He's like, I'm giving you $15. And the guy's like, oh, I don't want it. And he's like, well, you're being homeless wrong. And walked away. It's so funny. And then he came up. Then he came up to Amber and I. He's like, "Did you just see what happened there?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, that guy doesn't know how to be homeless." I was like, so yeah, that's the only thing. Otherwise, it was just we went out to a lot of places, had a good time, drank drinks.
How long did you talk to Xavier? I'm curious about that for a second because I saw him say like congratulations.
It was like a minute.
To
It was like a minute or two. He said congratulations and all that stuff, and then I asked if I could take a picture. He's like, no pictures, and he's like, no, come on. And then so he had a picture, and then there's a bunch of people crowded. You can't really talk a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's cool. He went to that though. I wouldn't have expected him to go to the after party.
That was the thing is
as
then,
well.
and I saw him there. I'm like, well, I'm kind of happy I came here because
Yeah, I know, because literally it was just okay. So yeah, there was a long line to buy wings. Nobody was able to buy them after a certain point, or like it looked like these people were not going to get it.
Okay, so did Max Landis buy $500 worth of wings or 500 wings?
No, he bought $500 worth of wings, which ended up being 91,000 wings.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, according to his tweet, he said it was 91,000 wings.
I don't think that.
it was really funny because
91,000 or 9,100?
I think 100. I'm sorry, I'm probably overspeaking, but
Okay.
it was
It
a
was-
lot of wings.
it was really funny because he came out like by the time it was almost done, the whole thing. He's like, so I bought too many wings. People need to eat wings now. So
Yes. And so I grabbed a bunch.
Buying that much?
ended up-
That's 5 cents a wing. I've been to that
It's-
place. It's like it's not like super expensive to
But
get
it's-
like
Well, no.
10. But
Well,
I guess if you
no,
buy
it's
that
not that it-
many,
Well, no, it's still that way. People would just get wings, and so the line ended up dispersing into a giant crowd, and then everyone was just hanging out eating wings. I ended up actually after you left, Mike, I ended up help serving some of the wings. I actually was starting to like passing. He's like, all right, someone wants these fucking wings, right? Somebody's gonna get these goddamn wings. And then I was helping Jen, and I was helping Jamie Kennedy, pass these wings out. And then I got to
Okay.
talk to Max Landis, and then he gave me a beautiful hug. And
Nice.
he's a real sweet dude,
nice.
despite him not liking Ray from Star Wars. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
He's got a big old
Might be with
grudge.
him.
He's a big old wonderful man. Anyways, but no, I had a fantastic time.
That's really all the stories. It was a great weekend overall. I every time afterwards, like a little bit of time comes up, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna actually go to Kind of Funny Live 3, or at this time it was Kind of Funny Live 3. But now I'm always happy that I go because I always have a good time. So I'll
Yeah.
probably go to Kind of Funny Live 4. I would like to go to like a PAX or something though. I kind of want to go to an RTX now that I'm like watching more Rooster Teeth stuff too.
Yeah.
So I
So,
don't know.
I mean, here's why I think I enjoyed this more than even going E3 last year, was because I was just there to play games that I would play at home anyways. These were still experiences that I couldn't really have unless there was people to be with. I didn't know anyone when I was at E3. I only knew the people that I followed on the internet in terms of like IGN and stuff. But these were people I got to hang out with, drink, eat, have conversations, make jokes, make memories. Like that's the only reason why I'm like, I'd maybe not be interested in going into a PAX East or even a PAX, or any of the PAX or any video game thing. I just feel like this was just the thing for me, only because like I said, it's kind of like the summer camp mentality, and I really enjoyed that. And of course, drinking beers with Fran Maribel is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
And
it was also a vacation, so definitely a good vacation
Yeah.
for sure.
Vacations are nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to mine in October.
Sick.
I'm looking forward to mine this weekend.
I was about to say,
Just kidding.
yours
That's
is
work.
not-
Oh my gosh.
Yours is
Mhm.
How
not
much are
in.
you getting paid?
Nah.
0.
That's the thing that's funny about that trip is like I have to take. It's not actual vacation time for my job, but because they're pretty cool with me just like flippantly being like, "Hey, I can't come in tomorrow." Okay, that's fine. Like that's how they are. So I just basically told my boss I can't come. I'll be gone next week, and he's like, "Sure, okay." But to them, I assume they think I'm probably going on vacation, and it's like, no, I'm just going to work somewhere else for something else. So
For $0.
I get paid.
I know.
I mean, I will be able to say in resumes that I've covered E3 as well.
Yes,
so
you
there's
will.
that.
I'm very, very excited for you. And very
So,
jealous.
Yeah,
All right.
E3 's
I
gonna
think
be
that was
fun.
it.
One question I have before we stop about E3, because I want to ask Mario. Mario, what is the running of the nerds like? And
I honestly don't know. Oh, you mean? Oh, you're talking
when
about
the
the
doors
beginning.
open every morning to the convention center and
Oh.
everyone sprints in. Did you participate in that?
No, I don't. But
I
I've
mean, I
seen
have
the videos.
appointments
I've
I
seen
have
it.
appointments for the most part, but there's one day where I don't have anything to do until about noon.
Honestly,
Doors open at 10, so I think I'm going to participate in
Here-
the running
here-
of the nerds,
here-
and I think I'm going to try to sprint to the Spider-Man booth, assuming that is playable
well,
on the show
you don't
floor.
have to do that. You don't have to do that because PlayStation does it smart. They have an app that you download called the Events app.
Okay.
You actually check in to the different places you want to go to at different times. So you are guaranteed access to that area. You line up whenever that time frame is.
We'll see what happens.
So
'Cause
PlayStation,
I'm
you're
booked.
covered.
I'm booked for dozens of other things.
No, good. PlayStation, you're absolutely covered. You just as long as you have that app, you're fine. It's when it comes to Nintendo, that's the problem. Nintendo's going to be the one where you're going to want to run to because it's going to be filled. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I
You got to
don't
get
know-
those hot Super Mario Odyssey impressions.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to block because it was blocked off like in a wall, and like inside the wall was Hyrule. I don't know how they're going to do it this year. If it's going to be more open because it's going to be less exclusive that way. But the nerds really just ran there and to get the Persona hats. That's about it. Like everything else, you can pretty
Got to
much
get
get an
those
appointment
Persona
for.
hats.
Yeah, you can get appointments for PlayStation, Xbox. I don't know. Xbox is really
No, I mean I was basically just everything else is squared away. Don't
Yeah,
worry. Don't worry.
PlayStation-
Don't worry, my friend. We've done our work on that. on
yeah.
that part.
PlayStation, you're fine. Nintendo, you're fucked. No matter what.
The only thing I will say, like scheduling wise, is I've been kind of quiet about what I will be doing. But Sony is the one that we don't have any appointments with. So that was the only reason I was wondering.
Yeah,
because I would like to play something Spider-Man related or potentially God of War too.
yeah. Download the app immediately because I got to play
God of
Horizon.
War 2 came out like
TOO, Max. Good joke though.
Shut your fucking face.
It's gonna be out by the time you get there, so it's
No,
fine.
that's false.
yeah.
Came
It's
it's
gonna-
stealth release today. I don't know what you're talking
that
about.
would be
and it's
insane.
out now.
Dude, I'm preloading it right now. You have no idea.
Yeah.
No, just get the app and you're fine. You're gonna be fine, Logan.
Sounds good. I'm excited. Michael,
Yeah.
take us home.
All right. You didn't write anything for me? Am I supposed to do this by myself?
You are. You didn't write anything for me.
Oh, that's right. I didn't know. I forgot. Thank you all for listening and or watching the Model Citizen Show. I am one of your hosts, Michael Ruiz. With me, as always, again,
You're stealing
Logan
my
Moore,
joke.
Logan Moore, Max Roberts, and Mario Rivera. Make sure to check out the website, www.modelcitizenshow.com. Oh my God, I'm so tired. ModelCitizensMedia.com. Dude, I have to wake up in 3 hours, all right, to go to work. Don't give me
Holy
shit.
crap.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Remember to check out media.com for content like Beneath the Pixel, Reeling in the Years, and Millennial Gaming Speak. All this stuff is on iTunes, Google Play, all that jazz, and the videos on YouTube. It's Behind the Pixel. I'm sorry. And we have a cool episode. Make sure you check out the Daniel Dwyer.
Yeah,
interview.
shout out to
Seriously.
Max. That was an awesome get. I've been wanting to talk about this forever.
Seriously.
I can't wait to finish. Yeah, I can't wait.
Somebody
to
messaged me
people to see
today
this.
and asked me how we get our guests on
What?
that show.
Who messaged
and you tell that person to fuck off.
You go
And
to.
I was
you-
basically
you
like,
type in
well,
their-
we send people emails and then they respond to the emails.
You don't know what I do.
A good check is to just type in their first name at whatever company they work at .com. And you should be good.
That would be true in my case as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's probably true for
That's
other
kinda the
people.
way it works.
Everyone, send your emails to blank@dualshockers.com.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you can follow me, or you can follow the website's Twitter at ModelPods. You can follow me at super_ruse. You can follow Logan at Moreman12. You can follow Max at Max the White. You need to get a new Twitter handle, dude. Seriously.
No, keep it. Keep it. Wear it like a brand.
And you can follow Mario at that Mario Rivera. And comment and subscribe to our stuff. Make sure you leave reviews too. Leave some reviews. Tell us how we're doing. Tell us if we suck or if we don't. Don't comment on how badly this ending piece went though, because I know it's really bad, but I'm really tired. So
It's just as bad as your proposal.
yeah, just as bad as the proposal. Thank you all for that. Bye.
Okay.
I guess we're done. See ya.
Peace. Go watch this proposal at my website.